The Honda Accord is a legend in the sedan market. The Accord is especially known for its reliability, with many generations of Accords exceeding hundreds of thousands of miles with no major mechanical issues. My fascination with these cars started with a 1994 Honda Accord station wagon with a 5-speed manual transmission that I drove for over 6 years. The years passed, and I continued to update until I got to the Accord I drive now. This is the long-term review video of my 2018 Honda Accord 2-liter turbo. Welcome back. So in this video, I thought I would do a review of my 2018 Honda Accord. This will be my 5th year of owning this car, and I just wanted to give you an idea of how the car has held up over the years and the things I like about the car, as well as things I don't like about the car. I'll break the video down into 3 main categories, which will be the exterior, interior, and driving impressions. At the end of the video, I'll also give you my opinion on the new 2023 Accord that just got announced, and whether I'll be trading this car in for the 2023 Accord, so stick around. So this car is the touring trim level, and it is paired with the 2-liter turbo motor with the 10-speed automatic transmission. The color of the exterior is radiant red metallic, and the interior is ivory leather. I specifically searched for this color combo because it just stands out. The red shines brilliantly when it is nicely waxed up, and it's an overall great looking color. I did buy this car brand new, and the paint color has held up great over the last 5 years. I think Honda did a great job with this 10th generation model design. I really like how with each generation, the Accord seems to evolve into something new, but it also keeps its roots. For example, the slimmer headlights, along with the elongated front end, echoes design concepts of the 4th generation Accord. In contrast, we can also see Honda took a new direction by using a fastback style design for the back half of the car, similar to like an Audi A5. What I like about the exterior is all the sharper angles that gives it more of an aggressive look compared to the previous 9th generation Accord. From the lines on the hood as well as the body line that runs along the side, I think it really gives the Accord a nice style. Working our way from the front, one thing I don't like, and I'm sure many other 10th generation Accord owners will agree, is the chrome unibrow along the front. I think it really stands out too much, and it has a bit of a tacky look to it. This is not too big of a deal because there are many other alternatives out there, which include blacking it out so that it goes great with the rest of the black trim in the front end. Honda even offers an OEM black chrome grille replacement for this specific section as well. I do like the headlight setup on this car. The nice slim daytime running lights give it a great look, and the LED headlights and fog lights are also very bright. They also look great when you see the Accord at night. It just looks like a much more expensive car. The front bumper with the gloss black and the overall grille layout is a big improvement over the prior generation. I like how you can see the front mount intercooler near the bottom as well. Working our way around the side, these are the stock 19-inch touring rims that are riding on the stock Michelin tires. I do like the stock rims. I think it is a huge improvement over what was offered on the touring trim level of the previous generation Accord, which is what I had before this car. It was a 2015 Accord Touring, and the 17-inch rims on that car was hideous. I'm glad Honda changed up the wheel design on pretty much all trim levels for this 10th generation. This Accord side logo is something you can get installed as an OEM part. I actually put this on myself since it only takes about 10 minutes to put on, and I saved $100 on the dealer labor charge. The side profile of this Accord is definitely nice, and I like this chrome trim piece that runs across the bottom of the frame. It really accents the red color of the car well. The body moldings along the side skirt are a nice touch as well. I do like how you can use the key to lock and unlock this car if needed. This comes in handy if you want to step out of the vehicle and keep the car running. You can easily leave the fob in the car and just lock the door with the key. The key does another trick in that you can put all the windows down using 2 turns of the key. I'm a big fan of the rain sensing wipers on this car. It is pretty accurate and turns on automatically whenever there is rain. Working our way to the back, this part of the car is a love-hate relationship in that in certain angles, I think the back looks great, but in other angles, it just looks strange. It's almost like Honda spent most of their time redesigning the rest of the car and rushed through with the design of the back. I think it has a lot to do with the strange taillight design because it kind of looks like a sideways Spock hand signal or a lobster claw, as some others have pointed out. Other than that, I do like the trunk lid has a design feature that makes it look like it has a ducktail spoiler. You can also get OEM Honda spoilers or opt for an aftermarket spoiler, which looks great on these cars. I don't like the chrome exhaust cutouts down here. This car does have dual exhausts, and you can actually see the tailpipes in the cutouts. It would have looked much better with exhaust tips rather than these cutouts. One other negative feedback I have about the exterior are the parking sensors can be overly sensitive at times. Occasionally, I'll get alerts of an object near the car while I'm driving, and in reality, there's nothing there. I've had the dealer adjust the sensitivity, and it still occurs. Alright, so that about wraps up the things I like and don't like about the exterior. Let's move on to the interior of the car. I like what Honda did with the interior of this car. It's roomy, it's comfortable, and it has a lot of great features. The seats are very comfortable, and I appreciate that the front seats are heated and ventilated. The driver's seat is 12-way adjustable with lumbar support, which really helps on those long trips. The rear seats are also heated, which I've gotten a lot of compliments about, since we do live in upstate New York with some cold winters. The leather on the seats have held up really well over the years, even with my fluctuating weight. I like how Honda updated the dash console layout for this 10th generation. Starting with the steering wheel, it feels great driving, and it almost has a flat bottom design. Everything on the steering wheel is so well laid out with easy access to the controls. The cluster is digital and you can customize it to a certain extent. On the left display, you can set it to the tachometer as well as many other info gauges. If you use the built-in Honda navigation, the directions will actually be displayed on the digital cluster. You can also view other things like how long you have until the next oil change, and you can also view all of the safety support features. The safety features is something I would like to highlight. For a car with the MSRP of $36K, this car comes with a lot of these safety features like lane keep assist, lane watch, forward collision warning, adaptive cruise control. The car can almost drive itself. But more importantly, these are standard features on the Accord, whereas some of the other car brands offer these as packages at an additional cost. This is where Honda really excels beyond other car brands in that they don't charge extra for these features. These paddle shifters on the side of the steering wheel are also very good and very responsive. The heads-up display is pretty cool and provides good information right on the windshield for the driver. As mentioned, there's also a forward collision warning that displays a light on the windshield to warn the driver to slow down, which is a great safety feature. They got rid of the dual screen from the prior 9th generation and provided a clean single screen that is plenty big, and there's actually a volume button. The screen is also responsive and there is no lag. Working our way down the dash, the HVAC controls are simple, and even after 5 years, they still make that nice clicking sound. There is a little storage area below the HVAC which has a wireless charging pad, one USB charger that controls the CarPlay or Android Auto, and one 12-volt outlet. For the center console, the material is soft touch and is very comfortable to put your arm on during driving. In the console, there's plenty of space and there's even a couple of more USB charging outlets. Honda has always done a great job with making their cars feel comfortable. When you sit in a Honda, it kind of has that feeling of familiarity, like a home away from home. With this Accord, it is very spacious for all passengers. The legroom in the rear seats is class leading. The compartments on the side of the doors offer a place to store that spare bottle of water or your kids' Blippi toys. I do like how Honda changed up the design so that the rear seats are now split folding. The previous generation did not have split folding seats, which became a problem if you needed to transport something long like fishing rods and you had passengers in the rear seat. With this 2018 model, that's not an issue anymore. Speaking of the trunk, check out this gigantic trunk that comes with this car. This is also what makes the Accord class leading. I can haul a lot of things around in this car that I wouldn't be able to do in some of the other sedans on the market. From luggage to wheelchairs, heck, I can even fit in there. Now let's talk about some of the things that I don't like about the interior. One thing that has plagued Honda vehicles for years is road noise. I can hear quite a bit of road noise when driving, and I feel like it's actually more noise than the prior generation. I believe it's due to the larger rims. As I said, these are 19-inch versus the 17-inch from the prior generation. It's not terrible road noise, but it is definitely noticeable. The other negative feedback for the interior is the sound system in this car. Honda actually made their own sound system for this model year, which it shows. The sound quality is not that great compared to some of the better audio brands like Bose, for example. I know with the newer models, Honda smartened up and started offering better sound system brands like Bose. I'm not a fan of the push-button transmission selector. Even after driving this car for 5 years, I still miss having a traditional shifter. It's not a big deal, but it's still worth mentioning. And finally, I don't know what Honda was thinking when they put this NFC logo on the dash. If you don't know what NFC is, it stands for Near Field Communication. It's an easier way to pair your phone with the Bluetooth of this car. All you have to do is hold your phone up to this logo and it will pair your phone. I just don't understand why Honda put the NFC sync on the dashboard. They could have easily integrated it with the wireless charging pad. Okay, so let's move on to the driving impressions. My Accord currently has 24,000 miles on it, and I'm getting around 25 to 26 miles per gallon, and that's a mix of city, highway, and drive it like you stole it. It's impressively fuel efficient for a car of this size and power. As far as power is concerned, it has plenty of horsepower and torque to get the car up and moving. The K20C4 motor cranks out 252 horsepower and 276 foot-pounds of torque. With the 10-speed automatic transmission, it really moves quick. In spirited driving, putting this car in sport mode, it tightens up the steering, dampens the suspension since this touring model has the adaptive damper system, and makes the engine rev higher. You'd almost forget that you're driving a Honda Accord. In normal driving, the Accord is comfortable and cruising at highway speeds comes easy. Visibility from the driver's seat is very good because of the large windows in this car. As far as some negatives go, I would say that the K20C4 turbocharged 4-cylinder in this car is definitely not as smooth as the previous generation J35 3.5 liter V6. The J35 V6 was just buttery smooth on acceleration and had decent power delivery. I think this car's turbo 4-cylinder takes a little bit to kick up and get going, and it can be a bit loud on hard acceleration. It still sounds great, but not as good as the J35 V6. Alright, so that's an overview of my car. I hope you haven't fallen asleep yet. Now I'd like to give you my opinion on the 2023 Accord. So just last month, Honda released information about the new 2023 Accord that will mark a new generation in the Accord lineup. This new 11th generation Accord gets a complete redesign in both exterior, interior, and even mechanical. For the exterior, they've kept the fastback style design, but they completely changed up the front. Personally, I'm not a fan of the new front end looks. I do like how they got rid of the chrome unibrow, but they dramatically toned down the aggressiveness of the design. To be honest, at first glance, it kinda looks like a Ford Taurus. I'm not knocking the Ford Taurus, but I do wish Honda didn't go with such a bland design. The side profile looks good, and I'm glad they kept the sharper body lines along the side. The rear is definitely a nice design change, and I'm glad they got rid of the unusual shaped taillights from the 10th generation. This new 2023 Accord redesign has a very futuristic look to it. The interior has also been updated significantly as well, and it borrows a lot of design cues from the new Civic. The interior space is supposedly bigger, and that is always a huge plus for anybody. Now comes to the question, would I trade my current 10th generation Accord for this new 11th generation Accord? Unfortunately, it looks like I won't. And it is actually due to the powertrain setup of the new 2023 Accord. Unlike the last 10 generations of Accords, Honda appears to be shifting the Accord towards a more subtle sedan, in that you can no longer get an Accord that is quick. They got rid of the 2-liter turbo motor for this new 11th generation, and instead the top of the line powertrain is a naturally aspirated 2-liter paired with a hybrid battery setup that is good for 204 horsepower and 247 foot-pounds of torque, and it's mated to a CVT transmission. This is great for those who get the Accord for the sedan space and better fuel economy, but for those of us who have appreciated the more powerful Accords, it looks like this new generation might be the end of the road for us. The prior generations of Accords have almost a cult following of people who appreciate the practicality of the Accord, but also the potential. The 10th generation is truly a masterfully built vehicle, and it can be easily tuned to put down unbelievable power. I appreciate some of the pioneers of Accord tuning, like According to Joel, Redline Mods, and Dan Vila, to name a few. As for the future of my Accord, I would say it's undecided. I may start the journey of tuning and modifying it, or I may end up trading it in for a quicker sports sedan. I'm not too sure yet, so you'll have to check back to see what I do. Well, I hope this video was informative for you, and maybe it will help with your decision if you're thinking about getting a 10th gen Accord. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments section below. Do hit that subscribe button because we'll be doing more car reviews in the